Hey, this music. I just love the 8-bit world where your heroes had pixelated hair, the soundtracks were stored in floppy disks, and your computer screamed to connect to the internet. Kids these days have it too easy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to April's Swarm Community Call, broadcasting live to all the corners of the interwebs. And that includes streaming on X or Twitter. Also, so the previously known artist as Twitter. So hello there, and if you are there, you're very welcome to join the conversation in Discord. Thank you all for coming in. My name's Antonio, and I'm very glad to be your host today, wherever you are within this pale blue dot. What can you expect of the call today? Here's a quick summary of the agenda. We will start, as usual, with our core development updates with Niki and Callum. We will move then to In Focus. We will speak about EthPrague and Lisbon with Ramesh Pallikara and PG from Web3 Privacy Now. After that, we will go to Community Talk, where Swarm will join. Well, we have already, but let's say that Swarm will join and we will speak with Hivello or Hivello. Let's see. I'm sure there's some proper way to pronounce it. With Nail Sisson. And finally, we will end up with our community AMA and our open space for debate. And without further ado, let's begin with our core dev update. The B team is preparing, as far as I've been told, a new release focused on smoother node spin-up and adding new metrics to SwarmScan, the place where there's this beautiful map is, to boost and to make network more transparent. On the research side, work is underway on a proposed SWIP to improve the pulsing protocol. So I would like to invite Niki to stage to talk a bit more about it. Clicky clicky. Hello, Niki.
Hello. Hi, Antonio. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me properly?
Loud and clear. Stage is yours.
Nice. Thank you. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to this month's community call. It's great to see you all here again. Thank you for showing up. And let's jump straight into the latest update from our side. So let's start with the upcoming B 2.6 release. It's just around the corner, aiming to the announcement to come out very soon. So please stay tuned. This release brings improvements into two main areas. Better visibility into how the network is performing and a smoother, faster experience when spinning up a node. On the metric side, we've added several new data points to SwarmScan. This will help us understand better how nodes behave across the network with deeper insight into things like upload, download performance, retrieval efficiency, and transaction responsiveness. It's all about making the network easier to observe and troubleshoot. On the node spin-up, we're focused on making it as easy and fast as possible for someone to go from zero to fully running a B node, which means reducing the time it takes to sync and warm up, optimizing the handling of postage stamps on node spin-up, and delivering clearer, straight to the point documentation. So no deep sort of knowledge needed, just get up and running with a light node and start using the network. If you want to dig to the specifics of the next release, of course, there will be the release notes out just before the release, as always. We also want to highlight the SWIP 25, which is focusing on improvements to the pulsing protocol. It's a key part of how data propagates across the network, and we are looking for community's feedback. So if you have thoughts or want to contribute ideas, now this is a great time to jump in and help us shape it. And finally, just a small spoiler, I'm pretty sure Antonio will talk about that. A heads up that Swarm team will be at EthPrague at the end of May. If you're going to be around, come say hi. We'd love to meet, chat, and discuss what we've been working on, bring us more ideas on how you imagine this project. It's always great to connect in person with you all. So that's it from my side this month. As always, your input, questions, feedback, anything, help us improve. Thank you very much for being part of this. Back to you, Antonio.
Thank you, Niki. Please stay with us just in case something pops up. And well, I would like to speak now because with Callum, because meanwhile, the multi-chain app is ready for beta testing. And I would like to ask him, well, to walk us through the update. We're just excited to hear what you think of this step towards world domination. Hello, Callum.
Hi, Antonio. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Stage is yours.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, right. I'll tell everybody a little bit about the multi-chain app and where we're at the minute. So, like you say, we are ready for beta testing, and I guess what I want from everybody is to use it, upload something small. It'll handle small uploads of any amount and transaction that you can handle from any chain that you want to purchase it from for any wallet that you're using, basically. I think at the minute for this beta test, it's only EVM compatible, but that'll change very, very soon. Anyway, what does it actually do? What is the multi-chain app? How does it work? Effectively, what this is going to do is allow you to come along with any wallet with any EVM compatible currency, bridge it, swap it in a simple click or two, and again in a simple click or two, decide how much storage that you want to store on the Swarm network and for how long, and get that done all within a couple of clicks. So really, what does the app actually abstract? You don't need to swap, you don't need to bridge, you don't need to run a node to upload something and go through all the documentation to run that and maintain it yourself. You don't need to know what depth is or what any of these nomenclature or names or factors are. Simply just use the app, pay with what you want to pay with, upload what you want, and get the job done in a couple of clicks. So it is the best and fastest way that we could possibly abstract being able to get the right currency, use Swarm, spin up a node, buy a badge, buy a postage stamp, and actually get some data on the network. So it's the best and fastest job that we can do, but we are absolutely ready for your feedback. That'll be posted in the Discord very, very shortly, along with the feedback form. Ready for to hear anything positive, but most importantly, anything negative about it. It is just the beta, so it'll be getting much more robust with more features, more chains added, more management tools added to it from here on out. But pretty excited to do that. That expands Swarm from, let's say, just where we are to very, very soon, every chain, every ecosystem that we can easily integrate with, use. Any user with any currency on any chain can come along and use this just as easy. So very excited for that, and I do kindly ask for your feedback when it gets posted here today.
All right. Thanks a lot for that, Callum. Excited to see the feedback and excited to see this thing finally coming together. Please stay with us just in case something pops up. But yeah, I would like to thank you all. Thank you, both of you. I would like to also comment that Victor Tron, Swarm, as you know, Swarm's Foundation president and architect, and Henning Dietrich from Ethersphere Core Task Force, KSCC in Germany, have introduced an innovative approach to data deletion called DREAM, which is short for deletion by revoking encryption access for mutable resources. That's DREAM. Instead of physically removing data, it ensures that once access is revoked, the data becomes completely inaccessible, rendering it deleted. This is the equivalent of locking up a chest and tossing the key to the bottom of the sea. This method addresses challenges of data deletion in decentralized storage systems. So, I encourage you to have a read about this approach to elegantly comply with regulators and lawyers across the globe. There's a link that I will be dropping in the chat where you will be able to read more about it. Okay, let's move on to our next section called In Focus, where, as Niki showed told us before, the Swarm Foundation team is getting ready for a strong showing at this year's EthPrague and EthGlobal Hackathon. Ramesh will be presenting his project, a decentralized Web3 terminal MVP called PDO, DOS, or DOS. It is a peer-to-peer terminal inspired by the classic DOS interface, DOS interface. I don't know how to pronounce it. I always call it DOS because DOS in Spanish is DOS. It's two. But reimagined for the Web3 era. And I couldn't be happier to dust off my digital nostalgia and relive the floppy disk era. So I would like to invite Ramesh here to stage to tell us a little bit more about it. Hello, Ramesh.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound coming from the 80s already, but yeah, it's understandable.
Okay, I think.
It's
Okay, I
okay.
mean,
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah,
Go,
that's
go,
okay.
go,
Okay,
go on.
so I'm gonna filter. So, cool. So, just a clarification. So I'm not presenting. This is the project that I plan to be working on the hackathon at EthPrague. So it's also my first EthPrague, so I'm quite excited to be there. So that was the proposal, and so which got accepted. So the idea is to build a conceptual project on top of Swarm as a. There has been, like, for the last year, quite a bit of talk about the Web3 OS, and I wanted to build something that would be a starting point for that. So a DOS, like the similar to our MS-DOS, was the starting point of what went on to become the Microsoft operating system. So in that sense, the project that I want to try to build at the hackathon is a peer-to-peer application that can be serverless and perform a lot of the Web3 features and functions that we do across various apps and websites now. So I think the whole thing will move to something like its own Web3 operating system. And so yeah, so that's the sort of the goal or the vision. And so the initial MVP is what I'm planning to build at the hackathon.
Awesome.
Back to you.
Fantastic. And thank you, Ramesh. And as Niki pointed out, and I will reiterate it, if you are planning to be in Prague, drop us a line. We'll grab a coffee /beer /undisclosed, and we will chat about things. Also, we will be attending in a small number to yeah, definitely a small numbers to at Lisbon. So, but as well, if you are around, just drop a line, and I will make you sure that you contact someone from Swarm and talk over things. And after this, I would like to hand it over to PG from Web3 Privacy Now. They're hosting a side event during EthPrague that takes a deep dive into why privacy really matters and what it means for the Web3 ethos. Click. Hello, PG. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, loud and clear.
I love your
So,
radio voice.
thank you. It's completely AI generated. So, if you could tell us a little more, about this fantastic event you are doing for Prague, please?
Yeah, sure. So we work for Privacy Now. We organize events worldwide during the whole year, meetups. Usually we do meetups aside main Ethereum conference. But also we host bigger events like Cypherpunk Congress. We hosted in Bangkok. We had more or less 3,000 people. We had from Vitalik to Sebastian from Gnosis to founder of Tor, Roger Dingledin, as well as Audrey Tang, digital minister of Taiwan. And with events, we want to gather people from different realms, so Web3 and beyond, but also, open source community, NGOs, lawyers, researchers, all the good people out there that are committed for advancing digital freedoms, basically, but don't talk to each other because they have different tools or perspectives or backgrounds. And we are trying to build up vocabularies and help them understand each other for building more solidarity in the space, so that we can have a more practical and concrete impact on society with the development that we carry on. We are hosting, therefore, a meetup in Amsterdam in 2 weeks from now, right before ETH Dam. Then we will host another meetup we call it meetup, but we will have like 8 speakers, 100 people coming, so a little bit more structured than a meetup. Yeah, and then on the last day of EthPrague, we are hosting another meetup there. We will probably have Tim Berners-Lee speaking, also maybe Vitalik, not confirmed yet, and other cool speakers out there. And last bit, as I think many of you are developers, we are also hosting our first privacy-centric hackathon in Berlin. So I invite you all to check it out because we want to change the game. We have this technological agnostic approach, and we really want to foster and champion open innovation, usability, and impact rather than just bounty hunting or short-term wins. Yeah, that's it. I will share the link. I dropped the link in the chat so that you can check it out.
Oh, I was about to do it, yeah, but yeah, please do it. It's amazing, and actually, hackathon in Berlin during the DAppCon, I think it's a fantastic place to host such an event to make because it's the perfect ecosystem, very aligned with the Web3 ethos. So yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. So if you're around, have a look because it's really remarkable. Cool. So besides the the graphical assets for Web3 privacy are really cypherpunk as well. It's really cool. All right, thank you guys for your words. Let's please stay with us just in case something pops up, and let's move on to our community talk where Swarm joins Hivello. We're excited to welcome Neil Sisson, CMO of Hivello, who is a rising star in the deepin or deepin space. Hivello is a deepin aggregator that helps users earn monetizing idle computing resources. Big news? Well, they have just added Swarm to their platform, bringing their total integrations to 10 networks, with more on the way. Well, that opens opportunities through Swarm to decentralized storage and content distribution. No expensive hardware or scale or tech skills are needed. They have over 40,000 active nodes spun up with, I would say, minimal marketing. The revenue for AI inference jobs, it's doubling quarter by quarter. Please welcome Neil to talk more about it. Hello, Neil. Whoa, clicky, clicky. 1 second, I miss you. Oh, there you are.
Thanks a million for having me. Excited to talk to everybody today. Yeah, I don't know. I'd agree with the minimum marketing part, but as the person in charge of marketing, I see how hard my team works. Obviously, I'll have a different perspective on that, but yeah, certainly we try to do things with more thoughtfulness and cleverness than like, let's say, budget.
Yeah, exactly. The big numbers. That's what I meant. Not using cannons, but sniper rifles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, look, you did a great job of explaining a lot of the detail around Hivello, and we're delighted to have Swarm as part of one of the deepins that we're integrating and aggregating. So yeah, Hivello basically. Well, I just kind of give you the spiel about what Hivello is, or does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Please go ahead.
Hivello. So basically, for those who don't know, Hivello is it's a consumer app. Very, very simple to download and install. We say it's as easy as Spotify. Takes about 2 minutes to get up and running with the app. And our goal is to make Web3 super accessible to Web2 users and onboard essentially millions of people who can then go on to Airbnb their PC. So in the same way that you would Airbnb your house or your apartment, or just maybe a spare room in your apartment, you can do the same thing with your computer resources, and they get contributed to various deepin mining based on what's most profitable for you in your location, with your network configuration, etc., etc. So yeah, that's the basic concept. With Swarm, obviously it's a people would be contributing their hard drive space and their bandwidth. And yeah, as you said, we've got 40,000 nodes now with a minimal amount of, like aggressive KOL type marketing. We are building out funnels at the moment to attract normie users, to use the crypto term. So these are people who are not currently involved in Web3. And actually, we just passed a milestone of 1 million hours of uptime per day recently. And yeah, that's in the last 6 months. That's growth has all happened in the last 6 months. We've reached 64 million hours of uptime on when you combine all of the uptime for all of the networks that we are aggregating. So definitely the growth curve is strong and up and to the right, which is great news for us and for our partners. And certainly we hope that translates into lots and lots of nodes for Swarm as well. So that's the basic concept. It's free to use the app. Our users, basically we take a cut of the mined rewards. So there's no upfront costs, and that allows users, without putting any capital forward, to essentially start mining on networks that may have staking requirements, where you have to stake a large amount of their native token to access the mining opportunity. So that just takes care of all of that, and it just abstracts all of that from a user. Again, our goal is to onboard millions of normie users, and provide those resources to Deepin, essentially.
That's awesome. I'm a bit curious. What sort of AI inference jobs are being run or by Hivello nodes?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So that's going to happen more and more, I think, as we move along our roadmap. Right now we have 10 DPINs integrated, but our goal is to aggregate all of DPIN. So I feel like in a number of years we'll have hundreds, if not thousands, of DPINs. I think the space is just growing so quickly. There's just more and more projects onboarded every day. Sorry, not onboarded, but rather started every day in the DPIN space. So yeah, as far as inference goes and AI, we have Nosana and AI Oz at the moment. Would be the main ones, I think. They are, it's a very interesting space. It takes GPU resources, and in some cases, especially with like Nosana, it requires a Windows machine. So our application will run on Apple and Windows and Linux desktop machines only at the moment. So yeah, we also have AI to kind of try and figure out from our first-hand data that we've gotten on, that we're gaining all the time, that we're collecting on, what network configurations and what geographies are producing the best returns, because our goal is to optimize the ROI for every user, essentially. So if you're in Mexico, perhaps a VPN network is going to provide a better, our VPN network X is going to provide a better return than VPN network Y. So that's kind of our approach. And and then the goal is, obviously everybody's machine is different, right? So some people have really powerful graphics cards. Some people have a lot of spare hard drive space. Some people's machines are on all day. Some people's aren't. And those are all different requirements depending on the DPIN in question. So yeah, our goal is to just make sure that whatever DPINs your machine is mining behind the scenes, using your spare resources, the things that you're not currently needing from your PC or your laptop, that they're being maximized for so that you're getting a piece of the pie, basically. And it's going really well.
All right, cool. I was about to ask you about the hardware, how what is the required or the minimal specs, but as you probably said, as you said, depending on the tasks that you run, the hardware may change. So you may require a graphic card, so maybe
Absolutely.
maybe a lot of
our
So
goal
you
is
get
that
it.
anybody's computer it can contribute to some degree. So spec is it's not something that we want to have our users have to think about. Our goal is just to make it as simple as possible. So literally install the application, and then withdraw your rewards in whatever flavor of withdrawal you prefer. So whether that's fiat, if if you don't want to hold the particular assets, or whether it's that you convert all of the mined assets into USDT or some other stablecoin. Those are all options that are going to be on the table in the future. We're still in beta, so obviously the road is we're basically just getting started, and the road is going to be a long one, I think. But yeah, withdrawal and all that kind of stuff is due to happen next quarter. So yeah, we'll hopefully have fiat integrated at the same time or shortly afterwards, and people will be able to take out their rewards in whatever way they like.
All right. I wanted to ask another question, which is maybe a bit strange, but I'm just wondering, if, for instance, someone runs an AI task that it's not allowed in certain jurisdictions. I don't know. I can give an example, but I think that everybody can think of a potential use case. How unstoppable will the system be? Is it are you just intermediating to smart contracts, or is it some sort of control that you can take out or monitor?
Yeah, that's a great question, and actually, it's something that has popped up already, because we aggregate Mysterium, and in Germany, there's been cases of people, where the authorities have been getting involved with people who have offered that as a VPN service. So, essentially, the control is already integrated into the application. So if you have a particular network that you don't like for some reason, whether it's particular beliefs you have about the way that they're running their project, or just something that they are doing that you don't like, or you just don't want to be part of a VPN service, for example, or you just don't want to train AI models, you can switch off any of the networks. So you can actually just go into the dashboard and say no Mysterium for me, or no Sana for me, or whatever. I'm just picking those as examples, but it can be any of the networks that we integrate with. So yeah, every user has that level of granularity in terms of their control. But without the user actually going in and turning it off, our goal is to optimize for profitability for every user. So what we want to try and do from a user perspective is create a single solution that's really easy to use, so they don't have to worry about the hassle of trying to figure out how to spin up instances of these these DPINs for themselves, and they also don't need to worry about which one is trying to make the decision about which one of the thousands available are the most profitable. So that's kind of our goal. But it does raise a very interesting question in the decentralization space, where it should be permissionless and censorship resistant, and if those are things that you believe in and take you hold close to heart, then there's always a sort of an ethos based discussion to be had, I suppose, about to what degree we want to essentially provide censorship and provide that level of permission. But yeah, for now, our approach is that every user should have the power to make that decision for themselves, should they want to. So as I say, right now you can turn off any of the networks you don't like or you don't agree with.
All right.
Profits
Cool.
be damned.
All right. So, well, thank you very much, Neil, for all this description and answering these questions about Hivello, and looking forward for the network to keep growing and making DP more spread across computers around the globe. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And please stay with us just in case something pops up on the channel, even though we are reaching the end of our call. There has been a couple of questions, but they have been already answered. So without further ado, and if nobody wants to say anything else, looking at Tamina, that's it. Thank you. I would like to thank very much to the speakers, and the participants of the call.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
Mina.
I
Yeah, of
entered
course,
with
of course.
laughter
Yeah.
because
That's it. I mean,
first,
if you don't cut me on the final
yeah,
line,
yeah,
it wouldn't be a Swarm community call. Please go ahead.
no, exactly. But this is probably when you say these last words, people are like, "Oh no, now I got the question. So somebody is asking, okay, first of all, Callum, which channel and when is this link to the multi-chain app being posted? Secondly, is Polygon included in this multi-chain app? Yeah, so questions for Callum, I guess.
Callum has
He's
left
still here,
the room. No.
Callum's left the room. Well, does anybody else have an answer? I could open it real fast and check for Polygon. I think it's on, but you shouldn't take my word. I have tested it myself. It worked brilliantly. I uploaded a funny meme. So yeah, if we don't have Callum here, then and no other question. Oh, has the batch utilization figures table been updated? So we can now use batch 17. Sorry if this was confirmed on a previous call. Niki? Batch utilization figures table? Let me fish Niki. Here she is. You are muted. Niki?
Yep, you are very muted, Niki.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I just raised my hand because I know that you were looking for me. I'm not sure about this question, actually. I can check this one and come back to you. Yeah, I will check it. Probably it's about for the research team, and now I'm catching up with all these items. So, yeah. Oh, Cert is already on it. You can use, that 17 slump.
Yeah, he's confirming it. So we're going to take Church's words for official answer. Awesome. So yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. So now we're good. I would like to thank Niki for this last answer, for you, Mina, to bringing up this AMA, and thank you very much to the speakers. And it was great to hear your voice being here. And of course, thanks to you, the audience. We are all Swarm. See you next month. Speak freely.